Today, let's build sticky sections in Webflow using the CMS system, and we'll use GSAP to animate the contents that are inside.
Hey there, WebBay.
The important pieces of the Webflow setup is that we have our sticky list here, which is our CMS list, and this is set to position relative. And then as children, all of those CMS items have a min height of 100 viewport heights, as well as position set to sticky, with the top property set to 0. For our code, we'll start off by importing both GSAP and the ScrollTrigger plugin from Skypack CDN here. Then we're going to call the register plugin that lives on the GSAP object, and we'll pass our ScrollTrigger plugin to that. Next, we're going to select all of the panels from the DOM. Those are the ones with the class of sticky01_panel. And we're going to use query selector all, which will return a node list. And then we'll take that node list and make an array using array.from. And that's going to be stored in this variable panels. Now down here, once the DOM content is loaded, event fires, we're going to call our function createScroll01. And that's defined right here, which we will go through right now. Since panels is an array, we can use the for_each function on that, which is a higher order function. If you're a little hazy on what the for_each function does, then I recommend you check out higher order functions in my JavaScript course, which is in Patreon. Now, it's the 4th module, higher order functions right here, and every module within my course has Webflow projects to go along with it. The higher order functions project will use a CMS list and filter it and dynamically reduce the data to sum up a list of items. So really cool little project-based learning so that you can learn JavaScript fast. Now let's get back to the code. So in the for_each function, we get access to parameters of the panel, so each individual item in that array, as well as the index of that item in the array. And then with those, we're going to run some logic inside of the function declaration here. So what we want to do is we want to first determine if we're looking at the last element in the array. And the way we can do that is by calling panels.length -1 because arrays are 0 indexed. And we'll say if this index is equal to that, then we know that this isLast will be a Boolean, and that will be true. Now let's define our GSAP timeline. Our timeline gets an options object, which we're defining right here. And then within that, we're going to define our ScrollTrigger object. The settings for ScrollTrigger are to define the trigger. We're going to set that panel to be the trigger. So each individual sticky section is going to be handled by this GSAP timeline, and it's going to get its own ScrollTrigger. And then we're going to set the start to be the top when the top of that element is at the top of the viewport. And we're going to set scrub equal to 1. This just tells GSAP to take 1 second for ScrollTrigger to catch up. It gives us a nice little lag effect. And next, we're going to animate the panel with GSAP. So what we can do is we can call the .to method that lives on the GSAP object, and we're chaining that with the timeline here. And we want to animate the panel itself to certain values, which we're going to specify in these tween variables here. So let me clean up the space here. And then in that options object, we want no ease to happen here. We want to set the starts at property. So we're going to set the properties for it to start at, and we're going to give it some filter values. And the filter, we want to go from a brightness of 100% to something less, like maybe 50%, and then a blur of 0 pixels, and we're going to blur it out as it fades into the back there. So we'll set the filter property now on our toTween, and if it's isLast, so this is that Boolean that we defined up here. If it's the last one, we're not going to filter anything because that doesn't have anything to disappear behind. Otherwise, for all of the other sticky items, we're going to send the brightness down to 50%, and the blur up to 10 pixels, which is going to give us that nice effect. We'll also scale down to 90% by passing scale 0.9, and we'll take the border radius to 40 pixels. On our timeline, we want all of these to happen right after another sequentially, so we'll pass the less than symbol here, which tells them to start right at the end of the other one. Now let's save and check out the result. So let's start scrolling, and we can see as the first one gets here, it's sticky right up at the top there, and it's starting to get that border radius, and it's starting to blur out. So all of our GSAP animation is happening here with our sticky cards stacking on top of each other. Now we can start playing around with the animated properties and create all sorts of different effects. So instead of blur, say I wanted to adjust the contrast from 100% to 135%. And then what if I also want to animate the contents inside of the card? So I'll delete this semicolon right here, and I'll just add a little comment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make another toTween here, and we're going to query select the sticky image, which is inside of the panel. And we're going to pass some tween variables there, as well as the timing, again, is the exact same. So we want these to happen at the same time. And then let's define our tween variables here. Let's give ourselves some space, and in there, we want to set an ease. We'll set power1.in here just for something a little bit different. We'll set the Y%, so the image will go up -40%. And we'll also set a little bit of a rotation on that. If it's an odd number, so index mod 2 equal to 0, then we'll rotate it by 20 degrees to the right. Otherwise, we'll rotate it by negative 20 degrees or to the left as you're looking at it. I think I'll also remove the border radius as well as the scale here, and we'll just save that and see how it looks. So now in just a few lines of code, I've completely changed this animation. We can see it's more getting this fade out effect, and the contrast is going up and the image is moving. So it's creating a little bit more or just a different dynamic effect here. Anyways, that wraps it up. Be sure to check out the clonable below, and I'm going to link you to another GSAP video that I'm sure you'll love if you loved this one. So see you in the next one. Bye-bye.